The American muscle car war has gone cold, but it's going to heat up again soon. Hi, I'm Gary Gastelu, and this is a car report. So with the Chevy Camaro and Dodge Challenger and Charger going out of production last December, the Ford Mustang is the last pony/muscle car you could buy today. But that's not going to be the case for very long. The Camaro's not coming back anytime soon, but Dodge has confirmed and revealed its new Charger Daytona electric lineup, which is going to be followed by the Dodge Charger early next year. That's powered by Stellantis' Hurricane 3-liter turbocharged inline 6-cylinder engine, which will make it very much a competitor for the V8-powered Mustangs, at least conceptually. But what about the performance? Well, we don't know a lot about the Charger yet, except that it's going to come in 420 horsepower and 550 horsepower versions, and Dodge hasn't even said what the torque ratings will be. However, the engine's already available in the Jeep Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer and will be coming to the Ram 1500 soon, where it's rated with up to 469 pound-feet in standard output guise and 521 pound-feet in the high output version. So how does that stack up against the Mustang? Well, the current top-of-the-line Dark Horse is equipped with a 500 horsepower, 5-liter V8 that has 418 pound-feet of torque. So the more powerful Hurricane definitely beats that, and by very wide margins. The thing is, the Charger is a much larger car than the Mustang. It's going to be offered in 2-door and 4-door body styles, but they have the same body. It's really just the number of doors that's different. Its length is 206.5 inches, making it very much a full-size vehicle. For comparison, the Dark Horse is only 189.7 inches long, so the Charger is effectively 2 class sizes bigger. The Dark Horse also isn't too heavy, only about 4,000 pounds, while the Charger, we don't know how much that weighs yet. The electric Charger Daytona, however, weighs 5,800 pounds, mostly because of its battery pack. Dodge hasn't said how much the pack weighs, but it's rated at just over 100 kilowatt hours of capacity, and a similar sized Tesla battery weighs over 1,300 pounds. Now you can't just simply subtract 1,300 pounds and get the weight of the Charger, because you're also talking about electric motors being replaced by the internal combustion engine and a drivetrain with a rear axle and all that stuff. That said, it could come close to that, we'll see, but I'm going to be conservative and just take 1,000 pounds off the weight, call it a 4,800 pound car. But what does that tell us about its potential performance? We do know it has an 8-speed transmission and an all-wheel drive system, but we don't know the gear ratios or anything like that. But let's look at some other numbers. First, the Dark Horse. According to Car and Driver's test, it'll accelerate to 60 miles an hour in 4.1 seconds and do a quarter mile in 12.5. Pretty good numbers. Probably the closest thing we have to the new Charger is the old Charger Scat Pack, which had a 485 horsepower V8 rated at 475 pound-feet of torque. Now that one was 200.8 inches long, so pretty big. And Dodge said it could accelerate to 60 miles an hour in 4.3 seconds and do a quarter mile in 12.4. But in the Car and Driver testing, it did 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds and a 12.3 quarter mile. Now one big difference was that that Charger Scat Pack was rear-wheel drive, but considering all the variables at play here, we're basically talking about a wash between it and the Dark Horse on acceleration. So how do we get closer to the new Charger? Well, not only is it as long as a full-size car, but it's longer than some SUVs, including the Dodge Durango. That's also 200.8 inches long and weighs nearly 5,400 pounds, which is surely much more than the new Charger's gonna weigh. And the Durango is still on sale and available with the same 392 cubic inch V8 that was in the Charger Scat Pack, although rated at 475 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. So a little less power, a lot more weight, but the Durango does have all-wheel drive and can accelerate to 60 miles an hour in 4.4 seconds and cover a quarter mile in 12.9 according to Dodge. So if you take all this into consideration, the weight, the torque, the all-wheel drive, the better aerodynamics the Charger has compared to the Durango, I think you can end up with a pretty quick car. And it should come out very close to, if not quicker, than the Dark Horse Mustang. Of course, the next question is what happens at the end of that straightaway when you have to slow down and go around a turn. I don't see the laws of physics being broken there, so the Mustang will probably have an edge. But we're not going to know for sure until we see both of them on the track, and it's going to be nearly a year before that happens. But when it does, we will have the results for you here. So subscribe to this channel and head over to AmericanCarsAndRacing.com every day for the latest automotive and racing news.